Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's Currie Cup Round 2 review, the Cheetahs, Pumas, Western Province, all undefeated so far in the Currie Cup. Panic stations maybe for the likes of the Lions and the Bulls. And for the Sharks, well, 1-1. They'll suppose they'll be mildly happy, but a big game for them this coming weekend. Before we look at the results as well as the log, which I think is pretty reflective of where all these unions are, I think maybe it's quite interesting sort of to have a look at exactly what it means for SA Rugby and the SA Rugby landscape. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Now, let's have a look at it, shall we? These were the 4 games we saw this weekend. Now, on Friday, we saw the Pumas beat the Lions despite what was almost an epic comeback from the Lions. And as a Lions fan, I think I actually took a little bit of confidence out of that game because if you go back and look at a year ago where we had decided that we were going to play a very young side and not really take the Currie Cup seriously, we got hammered and hammered badly. And we now made the decision, no, actually, we are going to take it a bit more seriously. We are going to actually try and play reasonable sides. And we looked a lot better at stages. But look, I think we do have to give this Puma side a lot of credit. They are a very good side, some very nice players. Not sure I'm going as far as agreeing with Jimmy Stonehouse, who's basically saying, like, you know, we deserve more than just the Currie Cup. We deserve to be taken seriously. Like, you guys have been good for, like, a year, less than a year, really. So, as much as I really enjoyed the fact that they won the Currie Cup and I'm a big fan of them, I think you got to earn your stripes. You can't just be sort of a one, maybe at a push, 2-season wonder. Look, maybe he's just asking for more support financially and just saying that they can do more, but they're not getting enough support. But yeah, Western Province beating the Bulls was a big result because it was a URC Bulls side, and I think what we saw, and maybe that's a bit of the magic of the Currie Cup. It's not that easy. Just because you go and throw in your big boys doesn't mean you're going to get the result. And a Western Province side, a Union, which is just in such a good space at the moment, beating the Bulls at Loftus is a huge statement. And I think there are crisis. I think crisis alarm bells are going along at Bulls. I mean, you saw Edgar Maratule, who's the coach of the Currie Cup. You know, Jake White actually jumped in and operated with him last week with the Currie Cup. So to try and ensure they win this West Province game, and they still didn't. So I think there could be a couple of alarm bells ringing there. We then saw the Cheetahs hammer the Griffins. The Griffins getting a bit of a rude awakening to life in the Currie Cup. The only sort of notable moment was Francois Steyn getting hammered by his opposite inside centre, but the Cheetahs looked very comfortable. I did say at the beginning, I think they should be winning the Currie Cup. So I think it's about right that they are currently top of the log. And then the Greek was beating the Sharks. Kimberley, you don't want to go to Kimberley. You don't want to play there. They bring you down there. And it was a decent Shark side, obviously not anything close to, the URC side, but good to see the Griquas can still compete and beat, even rotated sides. Because again, it's not quite as simple as saying, oh, well, a Sharks B side should, a Griquas side should always be the Sharks B side, because they still have so much, they've got so much more, resources. It's not like they've got a little bit more because they're URC side. I mean, they've got everything more. They've got academies. They've got various different competitions. They've got so many more sponsors. The players, the coaches, everything they've got is just tenfold on the likes of a Greek, Pumas, Griffins, for example. So it's not that simple. So that was a very important result. So if you look at the log, for example, again, I think this is quite reflective of the status of African rugby. So you've got the Cheetahs at the top, which you kind of expect because they are the 5th union that have the most sort of resources like your Province Lions, Bulls and Sharks. They do play in the Challenge Cup, so they do have Francois Steyn. They do have former Springboks. They do have a very good squad. So them at the top is about right. Then Pumas, who have been very good in the last couple of years, occupying second spot, I think is shows that they have now managed to make themselves a very good Currie Cup side. I don't think they'll be able to do this in the URC, for example, but or even the Challenge Cup. But I think they've managed to find themselves a very good standing. Western Province are kind of showing that they're just at the union. They've just got so many young players and such a good system in place that they can kind of chop and change and still produce quite a lot of results. The Sharks, I mean, they're known for being hit and miss and inconsistent, isn't it? So the fact that they've won one, lost one, is also probably about right. Greek was in 5th, also lost one, won one. You then got the Lions, who've got 3 bonus points, but losing bonus points. Again, a union that's not in the best of place, but can always sort of find a way sometimes to find results. The Bulls, it's just, we don't know what's going on there, but it's just chaos and it's just not looking good. And the Griffins, who are finding tough life in the Premier Division, very difficult. But let me know what you thought about the Currie Cup round. I think it's been quite a good couple of rounds. I think we've seen some nice rugby, some nice results, and hopefully we've a bit of reinvigoration into the tournament. We spoke about the fact that not a lot of people are really caring about it, but hopefully the first 2 rounds, which have been quite entertaining, will maybe start to build a bit of hype around the tournament. But let me know what you think about the results and the weekend down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.